All right. Bye. All right, June, you have our undivided attention. I think Lyndon is not visually here, but I'm assuming that he's here. There he is. There he is. All right, June.
Okay. All right, today we have to go over the annotated blueprints that we're working on Google Docs. Did anyone edit new things on it in class?
Michael did.
Michael, did you add the W3? Which one did you add?
Here, wait. I can't hear you.
I definitely added one for W4, maybe W3. I don't remember what I did, but definitely for one of the wrist parts.
Okay. Is Jake there?
I'm the only one here.
Oh, you're the only one here?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right, Linda, did you added something, right?
Oh yeah, I added 2 for W1.
2 for W1. Okay. Is it for the necessary components or necessary functions?
I think for components.
Okay. So far, because we don't have any members from specificity of fingers, I guess we will just do wrist first. Let me screen share for a second. Oh, I can't share the screen.
Hold on, let me see if I can make you, I'm pretty sure I can make you a host. I think I can, too. Why can't I make him a host? No,
Jacob the host.
but I think Jacob's the host, and because I'm just logged in, I can't make you the host. So tell me what you want to share, because I think I have it. Oh, just kidding. I have it, but I can't screen it. Okay, that really sucks. Can I kick Jacob out? No.
I don't think so.
I can't do anything because he said he was supposed to be here 1 minute ago, but he's not here.
Linda, are you looking at the blueprints right now?
I mean, if everybody opens them up separately, then you can all look at them, but does everybody have copies of them?
Yeah, everyone should have the copies of it.
Okay, then Michael, I'm gonna open it, but.
Lyndon, you have the blueprints, right?
Yeah.
Blueprint. Is that in here? Really confused. Is it in a PowerPoint?
No, it's a Google Docs.
Okay.
You want me to send it to you right now?
No, I think I have it. I just have to find it.
Okay.
Here it is. Is this it?
Yeah, I think so.
Michael, is this it?
That's the right Google Doc, yeah, but scroll down a bit. There should be one where just 2 columns and no images. There, that one. Right there. That's the right area.
Okay. All right, Michael's got it open.
Yep, I did. Is it shared?
Great. All right, Michael, which one did you add? Can you
Did it even put it right? Did it even put it in the right place? Let's see, necessary component. Oh, I did. Yes. It's at the very bottom.
This one?
4. Yes, I put that one on there.
Okay, it says we must have foam
Foam
padding to
padding.
keep.
Otherwise, because no one's gonna want to use a device made out of hard plastic and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, have you ever compare like you've been on like roller coasters and stuff? Have you been on one with plastic restraints?
Nope.
They hurt a lot. Or metal. That hurts a lot more. Having like softer foam is better.
Yeah, definitely. We need the soft padding, foam padding, or some kind of things that would separate from the metal parts or the plastic. So I think that's good. So Lyndon, you added these one, right? The
Yeah.
bottom two? No, not bottom two. These two?
Yeah.
Can you see the highlights?
Yes.
Okay. It says W1 must be long, wide enough to hold both W2 and W3 on the top. I think that's good enough for now. And shouldn't that be one of the function, not components?
And I hurt myself.
So for function, what does it
Okay,
mean by functions? So I'm not really sure like the difference between function and components.
So components are like the parts, and the function is like, what do they do? I think.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys kind of been fixing it up?
We're just looking at it. We couldn't share the screen because we're not the host. You were just looking at it individually.
Oh shoot. Oh man.
What?
They really gotta make this hard on me. School. Their Zoom systems,
Oh, yeah. We couldn't share the doc, and this decrease you couldn't do anything because you were signed in and stuff. Yeah.
very restrictive. Zoom. Okay. Oh boy. What I can do. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's actually set that for next time. Can we just fix yeah. Today let's just focus on fixing the document. So here, Junso, I'm sorry for stopping you. Can you continue?
Me to continue?
Yeah, like just continue revising the annotated blueprint.
Okay. So Lyndon, what do you think about moving the first one to the function part?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
You guys did a lot. Oh. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And then for the second part, should it also be at the function?
Must have a fan that is wide enough to. Yeah, we should. This is a function. The components. You can just write wide fan that covers entire rotation of W3. That makes sense. Well, I think we can put it here on component part. Who wrote this? Okay, let's look at the third one. W2 should be able to rotate the device safely and securely to the patient's control. I think that is good enough in our component part. Is that? Jacob. Huh?
Yeah, what's wrong?
For components and function. Oh wait. Do you want these the third one to be in function?
Which should be able to rotate the device safely and securely to the patient's control.
The components.
That'd be component.
Right, components. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to the second one then. Do you guys have any recommendation for it to add? Okay, I guess not. All right, let's.
No.
Okay.
So you kind of like fixed it up nicely?
We didn't do anything yet. We just moved one of the comment to the function part.
Oh, so you guys wrote this. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, because back then, last meeting, there was only like 2 sentences there.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's
Michael
good that-
and then I.
Okay, so it's good that people contributed. That's the most important part. Is there a single specific to the fingers people here? No, it's all specific
No.
to the wrist. Yeah, that's so evenly split. Top.
Hey, Michael. Later when you have time, can you add anything on the necessary function part for W4 or 3?
I think that W4 has its function down, like just hold the arm in place, the adjustable. Actually, unless it got moved.
The components part?
Components, I did write components. I should probably mention something about making sure it has an adjustable feature. I will make sure to write that on. As for wrist 3, I did not see a lot, but I couldn't really think of anything to put other than someone put rotating. Honestly, the fact that it's all out of order makes it a little funny to figure out what to put down. But on the other hand, I honestly didn't spend particularly long looking at the actual document.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. I can probably, okay, so here's what we'll do. What day is it today? Today's Friday. Oh, it's always Friday. Okay, so what I'll do is by Wednesday, I'll finish this. And the thing is, do you guys want to give it another view, or do you guys think we're kind of done here, June?
I don't know if specificity of fingers part are done because no one's here.
That's a shame because everyone from the specific to the fingers are doing some sort of sports.
Really?
Yeah, like Ethan's in wrestling, Cyrus is doing volleyball, I think, or something. Jake is doing tennis, and they're all on. So, okay. Yeah, it really is. But you know, what can they do? Yeah. It's fine, June. Well, okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly remind the specific fingers people because they're usually available afternoon. What I'll do is I'll quickly remind them to write a sentence or 2 down, and they can quickly just write it tonight or during the weekend. And what I'll do is on Wednesday, I'll upload every single picture, re-update some of your parts. Like for example, Lyndon, I added like a rod there. That's just a point of reference. Things like that for people to see. I'll add in those by Wednesday, and I'll actually submit it to our mentor on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or whatever the date after shortly, ASAP basically. And we'll be done with the annotated blueprint. Now, one thing I try to want to avoid is group separation. Like right now, there's only specific to the wrist people here. So to see the fingers people are usually available afternoon. But let's see how sports ends up, because what I might be doing is if a lot of us, if the entire team can't meet up at once, what I'll do is maybe have like a Dropbox setup so that anyone can do anything at any time and it updates automatically. So like if you update your part, Jake Marisic or Ethan doesn't have to be there to see it. Like they'll automatically see it if it's in a Dropbox.
For the 3D modeling you're talking
Yeah,
about?
basically. Because after this, we're gonna go into 3D modeling. Wrist 4, that's the tighteners, right? Yeah. You did a great job doing that. That actually looked really great.
You don't say so yourself.
But yeah, he actually did a really great job. I didn't even ask him to do the curls, and he actually did them.
I'll ask him.
Okay, so, okay. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything I gotta say. 3D models, I know every one of you guys turned it in. Annotated blueprint, we're gonna finish that. We have a plan for that. Function list, we did that today, and students did it over the weekend. Future plans. Okay, so there's a very solid plan now. I talked to our leaders rehab robots, and they kind of give us a solid plan. So what we'll do is we'll finish this, submit it, give them a week to review it. They're going to give us feedback. They're going to give us what's possible, what's not possible. Then we're going to incorporate those. And in one meeting, we're going to incorporate all those ideas, cans and can'ts. And we're going to just like write down a list of what we need to fix. And then after that, we're going to go into 3D modeling revisions. Now, 3D modeling revisions are going to take a long while because, you know, that's a major part, getting like actual 3D model that works and all. So, excuse me, take your time doing that. But after that, we're going to have feedback and approval. Like one of our doctors is going to look at it from St. Jude, Dr. Kova. She's going to look at it. Leaders Rohab's going to look at it. Some other companies also going to look at it. They're going to give their feedback. They're going to say, yes, this is possible. No, this is not possible. This 3D print, this 3D print, just things like that. And then we're going to go into prototype planning. Now, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves over here, but we might actually be able to receive a prototype, like an actually fully functioning one, because one of our mentors are generous enough to actually donate a model to the club. So that means that, if you guys make a mistake during the 3D modeling revisions, it's gonna show. So I kind of want to just remind everyone, I'm gonna remind this news to everyone because it's pretty huge news for the club that someone's gonna donate an entire device that they kind of designed. But just kind of saying, you know, whatever, I don't want to be like a pessimist and say whatever negative thing or mistakes you make is going to show up, but do know that your work is going to be reflected concretely. So, you know, do work on that. But that's pretty much it for today. If you have anything else on the annotated blueprint, June, you can kind of go over that. Do you want me to give you more time going over it, like 5 more minutes?
For the wrist, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about for fingers?
I don't know anything about fingers.
Yeah, no one here.
Also, when are we going to go over the mechanism and all those levers and those stuff?
What, these ones?
For like rotating rotating like W3, was it? W3 and having those rotate function.
The internals. Okay, now this is where you kind of go to like a kind of
buy a motor from someone
yeah.
and
This
put like little stoppers on the things.
so
This is going to be hard to model actually. I need to make sure I get all the dimensions perfectly for
Yeah.
Final
but just to let you guys know, this is where a lot of the sensitivity of the medical side comes in. Like for example, every motor that a medical device use must have certain features like a safety mechanism, stoppers, specific torque limits, all that. And that's where our mentors are going to help us because that part we don't have experience in. It's going to be really hard for us to just read like a US approved medical device specifications and going over the motors. That's going to be really hard. So that part's where the mentor is going to help us. So basically, what I want to say is we're going to focus on the general movement, how it's going to work, its outer shell, every single component and holes. And then our mentors, what they're going to do is they're probably going to look up a list of stock they have because they're one of them's leaders rehab robots. They have like a stock of parts they use. What they'll do is if we propose our plan and they understand everything we're trying to do, what they can do is they can go to their stock, look for motors, or maybe look for internal wiring systems that work with the US standard for medical devices. And that's the part where they kind of help us with that. You kind of understand what I mean?
Yep.
So don't worry too much about internals because it honestly, like, that's kind of really hard. Like, it's really hard to make motors ourselves and kind of do all that. That part's really hard. But that does bring up one thing, and that's the axle connections. Now, that's not part of the internals. That's an actual component. That part we're actually going to work on. Like, you see wrist 1, I put that rotating axle over there. I kind of just put it there. That's, yeah. I just kind of put that as a reference point saying there should be an axle and the axle should rotate through some mechanism. Now, of course, if we submit this to our mentor, he's probably going to look at this picture and say, he's going to give us some things like, you can use a belt over here, or you can't use a motor here, or hey, try doing this, that, this motor, this, all that stuff. So note that inside mechanism, like the wiring, the motors and all that, we're not going to have to worry about it. That's the part they're going to help us. But with actually rotating parts like axles, connectors, things like that, we are going to have to dive in. And that's part of the 3D modeling revision. I wanted to make it so that people who don't have, like, who didn't contribute parts, make those parts. Like, for example, Michael gave me wrist 3 and wrist 4, but I used his wrist 4 because, you know, it was just, it far exceeded my expectations in every way. And wrist 4 is literally perfect what I was looking for. So someone else is going to have to turn in wrist 4, right? But since I used Michael's wrist 4, there's going to be a student who turned in their wrist 4 who I'm not going to use. Now they can either make a component to Michael's part, wrist 4, or
curvy bit specifically.
Yeah. So that's going to be hard, obviously. So instead of making them fix someone else's work, what I'm going to do is Michael's, of course, going to focus on wrist 4, but they're probably going to focus on like internal axle, or maybe like a gear, like a very simple motor box and the gearbox in there, like just connecting those two axles together for the fingers, things like that. So because I don't want to make it so that not everyone's parts there. I really want to make sure every single member's parts is in there somewhere or the other, inside or outside. So that's the part where you're looking at. So like June, you gave me wrist 1, wrist 2. No, you gave me wrist 1, wrist 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I took your wrist 2 because you modeled it very well. It had like homes in it, and that was perfect what I was looking for. Now, someone else probably turned in wrist 2. You're gonna continue fixing wrist 2, but I'm gonna hold like a separate, how should I say, video lectures, basically like the one I did before. But I'm gonna specifically do that again for the internal parts. Kind of get that? Okay, good thing we have at least 2 group leaders here because you guys can explain this to our members, but that's basically it for our meeting. I kind of want to, man, this whole planning thing is really kind of difficult for us, but I'll figure out a plan, don't worry. Just get those annotated blueprints fixed, and if you guys don't have Autodesk Inventor, please do. Morning meetings?
People aren't going to like them, but we could actually meet them.
See,
Not a lot of sports are going on in the morning.
what I'm most concerned about is that all these rebellious high school students aren't gonna want to wake up early in the morning.
Yeah, no one wants to wake up early in the morning.
Yeah.
Except for crazy people.
Yeah, Lyndon.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Honestly, I actually like waking up early. It's just the problem is going to bed so late. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are free to go. Next meeting, I'll probably want to arrange it a little bit more specially because we're gonna have to tackle some hard stuff. So you guys are free to go. Fix those annotated blueprints if you have to, but yeah, take care.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.